Gives away this bride? Her parents. Please be seated.
You look so great, babe.
On behalf of Brent and Stephanie's family, I would like to thank everyone for being here. They know people have traveled very far and they're very grateful that you are here. There are probably some of Brent's friends and family who thought it might be Tom Brady standing across the aisle from Brent. However, I am positive that he is perfectly happy with Stephanie being the one standing across from him. Also, I'm not even sure if that's legal in Nevada, so.
We're working on it.
When I asked Stephanie what she would like to be included in the ceremony, she sent me the story of how they met and a little of their backstory. Back in 2016 in Chico, Stephanie and Brent met at their mutual friend Kara's house. I heard it yesterday.
Okay.
And I knew it wasn't Carrie. Although they both liked each other, they were too shy or sober to say it and settled for a long-distance Snapchat relationship, which to anybody over the age of 30, that's a social media platform. They talked on and off over the years, both wondering what if. As the years went on, Brent joined the Navy and was stationed in Pensacola, Florida, while Stephanie was living and working in San Jose. Brent eventually was sent to Norfolk, Virginia. At the time, the communication between Stephanie and Brent became more and more frequent and turning into evening FaceTime calls where they would tell each other about their day. Stephanie eventually made the decision to fly out to Virginia to visit Brent. She knew she wanted to do this, but there was still something in the back of her mind wondering if she was crazy to fly across the country to see a man she hadn't seen in 3 years. All the fears were gone the minute they reunited. They each knew this was the person they wanted to spend the rest of their lives with, and on the last day of her visit, they made the relationship official. Brent was eventually transferred to Point Mugu Naval Air Base Station in Southern California. Despite COVID quarantine restrictions, Brent would drive up to San Jose almost every weekend to see Stephanie. And if there's one thing people know about Stephanie's family, it's how serious they take COVID restrictions. This family has more fake vaccination cards than the University of Nevada student body has fake IDs. Upon learning he was leaving the Navy, Brent decided to take a job in Northern California. At that time, Stephanie decided to take a job in Reno so they could start their lives together. They moved into a small, dark apartment where Brent was forced to overcome his fear of spiders. In March of 2021, after 4 months of living together, they decided to elope, and shortly after, they bought a beautiful house where they still live with their 2 dogs. I asked Stephanie and Brent to each ask what their favorite thing is about each other. Stephanie replied, "He is always there through the good and the bad days and supports me no matter what. She loves his personality and how he always makes her laugh." And when I was impressed. Brent sent me back, it was like a book. I thought it was just going to be a couple notes, and I opened like the message thing, and it's, oh god, I can write all that, okay. And it was impressive. It shows how much you love her. It's really cool. And these are Brent's words. My favorite thing about Stephanie is that she never jumps, she leaps. She doesn't do anything halfway. She could have chosen a normal guy in San Jose with a normal family and a normal job, but for some reason she chose me. Through my Navy time across the country, to quarantine in Point Mugu, to moving to Reno, to start a new life and new job, where she rose to the top of the food chain in 2 years. She's always full throttle. Stephanie is also Brent's best friend. He never thought he could find someone he could spend all of his spare time with and still miss her when he's at work or even just an hour away. And that brings us to today.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Do you, Stephanie, take Brent to be your wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Brent, take Stephanie to be your wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
I do.
Woo! So I have this glass here. You guys are both bringing your separate lives together. That we'd mix this sand, kind of a show of coming as one.
Give Brent the pink.
Oh yeah. Hopefully most of this is gonna get on here.
Alright.
Oh, it's gonna be on.
Sorry, Richie.
Oh, you're okay. Don't need help. Pour faster.
Oh,
That's
I'm
fine.
so
That's
sorry.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
Look normal.
Alright. Okay.
Stephanie and Brent, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You make this right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Lindsay.
Now finally,